Hello, everybody. Welcome to the world premiere of National Geographic and Amblin Television's new documentary, Jaws at 50, which I am particularly proud to introduce to all of you tonight. I mean, where else could we possibly premiere this film? Jaws is not a Hollywood movie. Jaws is a Martha's Vineyard movie. Because the Vineyard is where this all began in May 1974. When we all arrived on location, your homes, but our location, we were scheduled to leave by the end of June. And as it has been well documented, we did not wrap on Martha's Vineyard until the end of September. In most circumstances, summer in the Vineyard is a dream. But when you are over budget and over schedule, and when I am over my head, that summer of 1974 was a bad dream before it ever became the dream of a lifetime. And this documentary, directed by Laurent Bouzereau, is the most honest telling of the making of Jaws, starting with how excited I was to be chosen in the first place to get to direct a film based on Peter Benchley's blockbuster book. But it also details how young and unprepared all of us were for the challenges of shooting in the Atlantic Ocean with a mechanical shark that was more temperamental than any movie star I have ever worked with since. And how, in the wake of running over schedule and budget, I truly believed that Jaws would be the last movie I would ever be given to direct. Now, thankfully, a life preserver was thrown to me, and that preserver was thrown to me by audiences all over the world, beginning right here with the very first audience who saw Jaws in Martha's Vineyard. 50 years after its initial release, Making Jaws remains a seminal experience for every single one of us, and 5 decades has done nothing to dim the memories of what remains one of the most overwhelming, exciting, terrifying, and rewarding experiences of my entire career. I was so lucky that so many of the parts, the roles in the film, were played by Islanders, were played by locals who gave Jaws an authenticity that remains one of my favorite things about the entire film. And the support we received from Edgartown, Chilmark, West Tisbury, Oak Bluffs, Menemsha, Vineyard Haven, Chappie. The only reason we were able to even finish the film is because of all of the support you gave us all across the island, as well as 12 miles out past the Cape Pogue Lighthouse. Look, a lot has happened in the 50 years since the initial release of Jaws, but some things will always be true, including the fact that Jaws and the Vineyard are forever linked in the best possible way. If someone had told me 50 years ago that we would be celebrating this anniversary, I would have thought they were as crazy as the making of Jaws was making me. But here we are, half a century later, and I want to thank the great team at Nat Geo for making this documentary possible. And I want to thank all of you who have kept the Jaws legacy alive across these 5 decades. Thank all of you. Thank you so much for the memories, the good ones, the bad ones, and the ones that will last a lifetime. And thank you for being here tonight, too.